Good morning, Mr. Smith. My name is Eunice. I'm one of the nurses. I've been asked to come and see you. I'm told you've come through the ambulance from your GP and you're not feeling very well. What's been happening?
I've had this pain in my stomach for 3 days.
Okay. Has it gotten worse?
I'm sick.
Okay. Anything else? Have you had any other symptoms?
I'm sweating as well.
You're sweating? Yeah. You don't look too good, obviously. It's been going on for 3 days, isn't it? So you say the pain's gotten worse? Okay. So what we'll do, we'll check your blood pressure, temperature, heart rate, and then we'll get the doctor to see you, because I can see you're not feeling very well. We'll help you feel a little bit better. Yeah, you're feeling hot and sweaty. Your temperature is actually raised. It's up to 38.4. Your oxygen levels are fine, your heart rate is okay, your blood pressure is slightly on the low side, and your respiratory rate is fine. Because you're not feeling very well and you've got lots of pain, I'll get the doctor to see you. I'll be back in a minute with the doctor. This is Mr. John Smith, the 24-year-old gentleman. He's coming through the GP. He's had a history of 3 days of feeling intermittently nauseous, and he started vomiting today. He's also had abdominal pain for the last 3 days. He doesn't have any significant past history. I think I remember he's just broken his left ulna when he was riding his bike when he was about 11 years old.
Okay, alright. So is it Mr. Smith?
Yes.
John Smith?
Yeah, so I've done his observations. Temperature is raised to 38.4. His heart rate has gone up. It's actually lower, but it's now up to 112. Blood pressure is slightly low to 59. Respiratory rate is 22. And SATs are 98 per minute. He just says he doesn't feel too good.
Okay, alright. Hi John, I'm Aubrey. I'm one of the doctors. I hear you've been feeling a bit poorly for the last few days.
I have, yeah.
And you've got pain in your tummy. Where is that?
On the right side.
On the right side, okay. And then today you've started vomiting as well?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Okay, I'm just going to examine you if that's okay. Alright. So I think his airway's patent, he's talking to me normally. I can't see any foreign bodies in the airway. So I'll move on to breathing. So no signs of peripheral cyanosis, no signs of central cyanosis, no use of accessory muscles or other increased work of breathing signs. John, I'm just going to put my hands on your chest to feel your breathing, okay? Air entry is good and equal bilaterally. And I'm going to have a listen as well, John. His chest sounds clear. His respiratory rate is 22, but his saturations are normal, so I don't think we need a chest x-ray and an ABG at the moment. He just might be breathing a bit fast because of the pain. But we'll just keep an eye on him, and we don't need oxygen yet. I'll move on to circulation. And he's clammy and cool peripherally. Cap refills 3 seconds. His heart rate, yeah, it's about 110 and regular, but it's quite a thready pulse. Tachycardic, he feels quite sweaty. Mucous membranes are quite dry and there's some vomit stain in the mouth. And his JVP is not visible. John, I'm going to have a listen to your chest again to listen to your heartbeat. His apex beat isn't displaced, his heart sounds normal, like I said. So his heart rate's 110, his blood pressure's 90/59. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 wide bore cannula, one into each antecubital fossa, and then I'll get some bloods. So we'll get full blood count, U's and E's, LFTs, CRP, a clotting, and a group and save as well, and cross match. Did you say you had a temperature as well? Okay, I'll get some blood cultures as well. I'll do that now.
Do you want me to start getting any fluids ready? So you're taking the bloods?
In the meantime, could you start getting the fluid bowls ready? Yeah, so 500 mils of 0.9% sodium chloride run over 15 minutes. Yeah, like so his blood pressure is low.
John, because your blood pressure is low, we're going to give you some fluids to help bring up your blood pressure and help you feel a bit better. Your temperature is high as well, so the fluids should help. So I'm putting in some fluids.
Okay. He's been vomiting and he looks quite dehydrated and hypovolemic. So can we put a catheter in as well to measure his urine output? And then afterwards, can we do an ECG? But that can wait till a bit later, that's a bit less important. I think his tachycardia is just because of his hypovolemia. So in the meantime, okay, so he finished C, so I'll move on to D. John, how are you feeling now?
Still very good pain.
Okay. Alright, we're giving you some fluids to bring your blood pressure up a bit, which hopefully will make you feel a bit better. I need to shine a light in your eye if that's okay. Pupils are equally reactive to light. He's talking to me appropriately. I think his GCS is 15. Do we have a blood sugar?
I can check that now.
Okay. And did you say he had a temperature?
Yes, temperature of 38.4.
38.4. Okay. With the hypovolemia and tachycardia, I think we're probably able to suspect that this could be sepsis. John, did you say you had pain in your tummy?
Yeah, right side.
Okay. So I'm not really sure what the cause is at the moment, but I think we should start basically antibiotics for sepsis of possible intra-abdominal source. I think that that's IV cefuroxime and IV metronidazole, but I'll just check the guidelines and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
In the meantime, can we just do the catheter and check his blood sugar?
Okay, check your blood sugar. John, I'm going to check your blood sugar. It's 4.2.
4.2.
Yeah. He's complaining of the upper pain. Should we give him some paracetamol as well for some pain?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. So I'll check the guidelines. So it's 2 grams of IV cefuroxime, 500 milligrams of IV metronidazole. If we could get that started in the other cannula,
Yeah.
and then once the fluid's finished, could we do the IV paracetamol, a gram of IV paracetamol? I'll write it all up in the drug chart now.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Smith, are you allergic to anything? We're going to give you some antibiotics and we'll give you some painkillers as well because you've got some pain in your abdomen. So we're just going to put up the antibiotics. Any allergies?
No.
Okay, so pop the antibiotics up.
So now that we're considering that this could be sepsis, we need to make sure that we finish the sepsis 6. So we've done blood cultures, we've catheters in to measure urine output. He's having IV fluids. We've started IV antibiotics. I don't think he needs oxygen, but he does need a lactate. So could we just get a VBG for now and just see what his lactate is? In the meantime, I'll keep assessing him. Okay. So his heart rate has come down a bit and his blood pressure is coming up with the fluids, and with the paracetamol, the respiratory rate's come down a bit as well. Okay, John, I just need to have a look at your chest, okay? No signs of bleeding, no signs of rashes there. No signs of bleeding or rashes from the legs either. John, because you've had this tummy pain, I am going to have a feel of your tummy and I need to lie you flat, okay?
It's just going to help you get a bit more comfy.
Okay. Okay. So where have you got pain, John? Is there anywhere that I'm pressing? Pardon?
Further down.
Oh, down here? Okay. Right, it's got right iliac fossa tenderness.
Okay.
And he's wincing as well in the left iliac fossa, so I think that might be positive Rovsing sign, so this could be appendicitis. His bowel sounds are normal. Okay, John. I'm going to sit you back up, John. Okay. So John, what I'm concerned might be happening with this tummy pain is that you might have something called appendicitis, where part of your appendix gets inflamed. So sometimes this needs an operation, so I need to talk to one of my surgical colleagues if that's all right. So Eunice, let's just recap. So we get the VBG result in a second, won't we? We've got the fluids, the antibiotics, and the paracetamol running. He's been vomiting. I'll write up 50 milligrams of IV cyclazine as well to give him. So I'll write that up now.
Okay.
And then I'll talk to the surgical registrar. I want to ring him out. I'd like to ask him to assess this patient, and I'll also ask whether he'd like a CT of John's abdomen to look for appendicitis.
Okay.
In the meantime, can we keep John nil by mouth? Because if this is appendicitis, he might need to go to theatre, okay? So I'll ring the surgical registrar now, if that's all right?
Okay.
Okay, thanks very much.
Okay. John, how's your tummy feeling? We've given you some painkillers and antibiotics. The doctor is going to call his colleagues and we'll see whether you need to go into theatre for your tummy pain. Okay? Let us know if you need any more help.